Hi, I'm Callie from CRK Training. In today's blog video, I'd like to give you a few things to think about regarding a question that I know can be a difficult one. And that is, are you a good match for your horse? And I want to talk specifically about those of you that might be struggling with wondering if you're overmatched by your horse, if your skill level is not at a high enough level to be able to handle things that your horse does, or if you're just feeling unsafe around your horse. So there's 3 points that you can really think about here. The first point is you really need to consider if you have the time and also if you have the financial resources to be able to continue the journey of essentially trying to, bring your skills up to a point where you feel comfortable handling your horse, and at the same time maybe getting training for your horse. So this could involve either just taking a lot of time to work with your horse, maybe spending a lot of time doing groundwork, doing slow skills under saddle. As again, you're building your skill level. It might involve sending your horse to a trainer, hiring a trainer to help you and your horse. It might involve you taking lessons on horses again so that you're improving your skills elsewhere to kind of bring back to working your own horse. So this can be a pretty long process, and why patience is important here too is because you have to remember that sometimes, depending on the situation, this could be a matter of taking years, not just months, until you're at a level where you feel basically happy and comfortable with your horse. So this brings us into the second point, which is how much are you going to enjoy this process? So let's be honest, a lot of us have horses because it's a hobby and we want to have fun. And if your horse produces more feelings of anxiety when you go to the barn than feelings of being able to just enjoy yourself, then that's something to really take into consideration too. And finally, you have to think about personality. So sometimes personalities of a rider and a horse just don't mesh. It doesn't matter how skilled the rider is, it doesn't matter how well trained the horse is. There's times that personalities just don't fit, and that can definitely play into the enjoyment of how much you enjoy having your horse and spending time with them. And then also, it's important to consider the patterns and some of the triggers that our horses can have from us and that we can have with our horses. So what I mean by this is there's times that I've worked with riders who can get very skilled riding, say, a horse in lessons. They can get very skilled with the school horses that they're working with, or with maybe riding friends' horses. But there's something about their particular horse that it's just the way our brains work. Sometimes when we have those bad experiences with somebody or something, they get triggered again. And I've known people that have really built up their skills and become very good riders, but they still have problems with that one specific horse, just because it's like they're triggering each other and they've had the bad experiences and they just can't get past, or they struggle getting past. So it's just one of those things you have to think about it. In the end, you really have to go with your gut and make a decision as far as if it's time to part ways. Keep in mind that there really are opportunities out there. You usually can find a great home, someone else that might be able to actually take a horse that you just feel you're not meshing with and give them other opportunities, and you can find a horse that is going to give you the enjoyment, the safety, and more of what you want out of riding. So I hope this helps just give you a few things to think about regarding this topic. Again, it's a question that I get asked a lot, and I know it can be a really difficult decision to make. It's obviously an emotional one, but again, think about it, weigh the pros and cons, listen to your gut, and I know you might make the right decision.